Well, hello. Good evening, good morning, good day, good night, good everything, quite frankly, because hallelujah, the stream decided to actually work at the last possible second. Let me take you across to the most important thing in the stream, which is, of course, my face, which is looking distinctly orange tonight because I haven't had time to play with any of the camera settings. And wow, the contrast must be quite up. My eyebrows are really not that dark in real life. At least I hope they're not. Otherwise, I'm just kind of walking around with a really, really distinctive eyeline. Anyway, apologies for being a little bit later than I perhaps intended to be. I just logged on, finished preparing the stream, plugged in the iPad, which is currently sitting here, turned on my streaming software, and it got to the loading screen of the streaming software, which is XSplit, and it went, yep, I'm loading. Still loading. Loving the load. Loading's so much fun, and I was like, okay, anytime now, and it's like loading. I'm like, okay, Control Alt Delete, reboot, and then reboot the whole PC, and then boot it up again, and then I saw you guys in the chat, and you're kind of like, where's Addy? But where is he? Is Addy coming? If Addy's not coming, then why am I even here? And if Addy's not coming, where's my entertainment coming from? And I'm like, I'm here, I'm right here, and I'm like, well, I know what to do if the iPad doesn't work, and I know what to do if EA goes down, and I know what to do if this goes wrong, but what do I do if the streaming software just doesn't load up? And I was like, and then somewhere among me screaming, the thing which was loading up just went, loaded, and I was like, oh, you son of a, you mean you were just loading? And so it loaded, and then everything was fine, so there wasn't an issue at all. But it does that, doesn't it? You've got computers just do that sometimes. I mean, I'm good with computers, and most of the time, 90% of the time, when things go wrong with computers and other people get out, I'm a bit like, oh, it's because you're just clearly an inferior user. But then, just that 10% of the time, well, maybe even less, maybe just that 5% of the time, just they do something, and it just makes you go, oh, that just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. And my face is really orange. Speaking of orange faces, Wookie. Okay, I want to show you something cool. Let me take you over here. This is, hopefully, my desktop. Every day, no, that's wrong. Every live stream I've done of The Simpsons Tapped Out for probably the last 2 months, I have come over here to tappedout.co.uk and have been blessed with a beautiful post from a guy called Joe Wookie Riot, who I'm assuming is in the chat somewhere, probably not speaking very much because he's got a pen and paper. And Joe Wookie has this thing. And I like this thing. He likes to write. You know how some people like to kind of, write poetry about things. They see a truck going past and they go, oh look, I've just seen a truck, and guess what? I don't give any kind of caring about that. And it's like, and some people like to rhyme, and some people like to kind of do anagrams and stuff. Well, Joe likes to write, and when he's kind of watching shows, watching TV, watching The Adipose, he writes, and his write-ups of my shows have been absolutely hilarious. And I have almost like whenever I finish a show, I try and upload it to YouTube. And then I come over here straight away to kind of read the write-up of my show. And obviously, there's obviously an ego part of there, but they're just so well written. He just seems to pick out of just random things that I say or you guys say or things that happen, and just kind of summarizes them in a really humorous way. I find it a really, really nice way of kind of rounding off a show. You know how when a show finishes and someone says goodbye, and it was like, well, that was a nice ending, but that wasn't, the finale wasn't quite there. Where was the musical number with the giraffes? And but coming over here and reading these is really quite amazing. So I would strongly recommend that yes, I know him. I would strongly recommend that after the show you come over here and check out whatever Wookie has put together. And what would be beautiful is if someone, I don't know, a mod or someone could put together like a link to his previous write-ups, because if you've been here for the shows, you may well enjoy coming back and reading some of his past observations as well. I think they are one of the most entertaining bits of the stream, possibly even more entertaining than me. Only possibly. I haven't done the legwork or the surveys to make an observation stuff. God, that program not loading has indeed stressed me out. Now, before we go too much further, I need to make a very important sound. That sound. No, that wasn't my chair. No, that wasn't this part of the chair falling off the chair. That was the vaults being open, because you are now owning Adigold. The dragon has unleashed its claws, and Adigold rains from the skies upon you. And every 5 minutes, you are earning yourself 1 Adigold, and you can use that gold in giveaways later in this stream, and you can use it at giveaways throughout the rest of the week that I have here on the Adipose TV. And before we go any further, I do have to say that if we hit 150 viewers tonight at any point, I will try and give away a gift card, £10 Android, £10 Apple, whatever you got, and I will try and localize it to your store, and if I can't, I will just send you $10 by PayPal. So please, before the stream goes any further, I have tweeted out a little plug to this live stream. If you could retweet me, please, I would really appreciate it. Or whatever forum you're on, or maybe you're just in a house and you just want to kind of go, "Hey, assemble," type thing. It says Simpsons tapped out live, giveaway at 150 viewers, twitch.tv/TheAdiposeTV. If you would do me the awesome favor of spreading the word, I will do you the awesome favor of making one of you $10, just a little bit richer. We hit it it might even be a month ago now. We hit 150 a month ago, and I gave one away to MZ, I think was our lucky winner, but I haven't been able to give away one since. But I will. I'm completely open about why I want the show to grow. You're completely open about why you want it. It's greed, really. Yes, indeed. So, level 39. Level 39. What do we think? I mean, I was just thinking the other day, that what I really need in my tapped out is that guy that just on occasion, maybe once in the show's history, maybe twice, has hung out with Apu. And I kind of thought, well, my Springfield just won't be the same without him. I must have it. I need his house, and I need Apu's wife, and I need his little building. Apparently, I haven't seen the premium plot, but apparently some of the plots are pretty long. I think someone was saying, was it M, or someone was saying on Tapped Out at Cody that it'll take you like 200 hours to actually get through it all, or something like that. And it's been a while since we've had a level update. Obviously, we had the St. Patrick's Day update, but it's been actually a while since we've had a new level update. But before we go any further, can we just bathe in the beauty of blue water? Oh yeah, it's so blue. Yes, much better. Now it's much better. Now when I look at the decoration in my Springfield and come past the river, I don't feel the urge to go. So it's back. It's back. Blueness in water is back. The hues are back correct, and we can bathe. It is now safe to go back into the water, to quote a famous movie. Oh, and my voice sounds like it's going. That will make for an amusing stream if I have to do the rest of it by sign language. Just like that, that wonderful guy at the Nelson Mandela tribute, which has to be my favourite story of last year. Obviously, sad event and all that kind of stuff. A great man, but has to be my favourite story of last year was the whole signer that wasn't a signer. Did you hear the story? And just spent like 2 hours doing this with his hands and standing behind all the presidents of the world in doing so. It's a great story. It's a great story. Right. Yes, Grolt. If you win the raffle, you can do anything you want with that $10. Obviously, I would just assume you would want to buy dollar bills with them, but of course, you don't have to. Oh, and a retweet has just come through. Thank you very much, Jedi Pirate. You are a wonderful supporter of the Adipose TV. I appreciate it. What do you guys think of the level 30? Oh, my voice went all squeaky there. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Tell me now what you think about the level 39 update. Has it given you everything you hoped and dreamed? Has it made you go, oh my god, we're just 1 from 40? Has it made you go, yes, I was thinking that the Springfield was not nearly kind of ethnically diverse enough? Has it made you think, they're really, what's scraping down at the bottom of the barrel now for things to put in there? Did you enjoy? I believe there is a new decoration. Is there not, or is there not? Let's check. Is there a new decoration? Must scroll. For me, does anyone else think that maybe the new level update should maybe include a way of getting through your items better? I mean, I don't know about you, but I actually have more muscles in these sides of my fingers and here just because I've tapped out. Just doing this movement over and over and over and over again. Simpsons Tapped Out has trained that up. I mean, I feel a bit like, Kill Bill. I think if I ever get locked on the wrong side of an iPad, I'm just going to be able to be like, and just kind of, get my way out of it. And there it is. One decoration, donuts, a Shiva statue. We should call level 39 Team Hindu. Really, it's just we've got the gods, we've got the people, we've got the buildings. It's just all there. Which means next time we need Team UK, and anywhere else anywhere else in the world that needs to be represented. Are there any English characters in The Simpsons? They had Tony Blair once, and they had Ricky Gervais once as a dolphin? Or was that Family Guy? No, he wasn't there, but he wasn't a dolphin. He was a dolphin in Family Guy, and he was something else in here. Although, Family Guy, of course, may be the new city-building game, which is coming up and stuff. Right. Let's see what you guys are saying about the Level 39 update. You guys are saying it's very cool, but I would have liked Manjula to not be premium, says Sitha the Paladin. Wilkie says Manjula would have to give birth to 8. Matt Gomersall says he thinks it should be the other way round, freemium. Yes, I could see that. I mean, certainly for me, Apu's wife is way more the known character, but of course, I guess that's why they make it premium, because they want you to spend your money on the they want to encourage you to spend your money, and if they'd put up a character you'd never heard of in premium, you'd probably go, cool, great, don't have to buy that one, woo! But this way around, it's you're more likely to be able to do it, I guess. Right, so where shall we go? What shall we do? Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to be decorating this Channel 6 Studios. It's a building I have been waiting and wanting to do for quite a long time. In fact, I'm going back in the first stream. I'm pretty sure at the end of the very first stream we did together, where you looked younger and I looked even younger, I think I said, at some point we need to do Channel 6 Studios and we should put it in some sort of film lot. I think I probably said something about that. And if any of you are kind of busy writing the Adipose wiki, like a kind of those wiki pages that has all the kind of details of my life and the various different haircuts that I've had during the shows, then I'm pretty sure in that show I said something about Channel 6, and here we are, a mere 5 months later, a mere 25 weeks later, a mere 25 times 7, about 300 days later. No, that can't be wrong. That can't be right at all. No, that maths has gone wrong. Here we are, beyond that time, thinking about actually doing Channel 6. So I would like to take you over to a buddy of mine. I would like to take you over to someone else's city that has decorated this object, and we will be inspired, because that, after all, is the purpose of these shows, to inspire and to delight and to refine you into the designers of the future. So when one day I pass on into the netherworld and people like people like Mel Designer have pondered off into the aether, and it's your boy Drew is now it's your dad Drew, then you my friends will take over and be the designers of the future, just like this guy here, Johnny 50373. Okay, if you're wondering what his credit card number is, there it is. Now, before we see his Channel 6 though, I want to tell you about next week, because there's something very special about that. Oh, that's interesting. The camera just focused on my finger. Does it do that? If I put my finger there, does it focus upon it? No, it's not doing it, just to annoy me. Look at this! How cool is this? It appeals to my creative nature. It appeals to my idea of symmetry, and it appeals to my idea of different color coordinations, but most of all, having the Adipose TV in the middle of the screen as I enter your city appeals to my ego. So thank you, Johnny. Now, this is what I want to do next week. Not necessarily a big sign of me. That's probably taking it just a little bit too far. Although if I thought I could get away with it, then I probably would. But what I do want to do, and this is something a little bit different. This is something a little different. This is something to challenge you guys just a little bit. I want to do landing zone. Yeah, you like that idea? Landing zone. The thing that someone sees when they enter your town, which I believe is the thing that you first see when you load up your town. Okay, that center spot. And so that's your challenge for this week. You've got 7 days. I'll put up a thread, or M could put up a thread as soon as possible on tap.co.uk, and I'll make sure there's threads over the other websites that I frequent. We're gonna do landing zones. Okay, the thing that first pops up when someone goes into your town. And the thing is, what's different about this one is the choice here is just completely wide open. It can be a really awesome building design. It could be, a logo or something. I mean, but it's got to stand out. It can't just be like, hi, mum, aha, type thing. It's got to make me kind of go, wow. And what's so good about Johnny's one here is this picture frame. How cool is this picture frame with the little diamond patterns around the edge, with the lampposts, with the flowers? I mean, to be honest, I'm mainly just next week. I'm just looking for an excuse to load up this again next week and go, told you. But this is really, really good. This is an outstanding splash screen. So this is what you're going to do. And of course, for those of you who want to get featured next week, this is going to be tricky because you're going to have to look at whatever's already in your landing zone and go, I'm going to have to move this, or modify it, change it, flip it up. I mean, it could just be that your landing zone is a really cool it could just be a really cool design of a building you have already that happens to be your landing zone. So it's wide open. Now, Jamie478UK says, I swear you don't landing zone before. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, you're wrong. I haven't done it before. You are very wrong. In front of a crowd of 119 people, you just said something which was wrong. And right now, there are 119, whoops, no, not counting you, 118 people, whoops, no, didn't add myself, 119 people that are sitting here thinking slightly awkward because you were wrong. And you were corrected on an international stream by TheAdiposeTV, who has his own picture frame. I did, however, do in the past do you remember the Christmas thing? There was the Christmas tree, which was the Christmas tree, which was the landing zone during the Christmas zone. But normally the landing zone is just bam. It's in the mid. I believe it's in the middle of the land that you currently own. So be careful about buying new land during this week because your landing zone may shift from one side to the other. Anyway, today, my friends, we are talking about Channel 6. Now, in a minute, we're going to go and visit someone's house as a prize, but someone's city from last week's prize. But I want to start us off with the Channel 6 to get us started, because first of all, he had that amazing landing zone which I wanted to show you, and secondly, this is the kind of design that I have seen quite a lot when it comes to Channel 6. It's a really, really good design. I think it's probably my favourite style of design, and I've seen it come up a lot. So if you are looking to, if you're the kind of person that's kind of going, well, hey, what is everyone else doing? I like to follow other sheep. I would like to walk around like a bleating sheep following the other sheep. Then here you are. Let me shepherd you towards the fold of glory, because this is the kind of design which I've seen a lot of, and I'm assuming you've probably seen quite a lot of when going around your friends' buddies, putting Channel 6 with Krusty Studios, maybe with the film set, with various Channel 6 related memorabilia, and making a really nice movie studio effectively. It kind of reminds me a little bit of, Disneyland has like the kind of the Enchanted Castle with the castle and Mickey Mouse and the people that kind of go, but next door there's like the kind of the Warner Brothers movie studio type thing. It's kind of this idea, isn't it? There's a film studio there. There's the like the news bit. There's the entertainment bit, and it just looks really, really nice and makes a really nice addition to your city. What's getting annoying? Someone says someone's getting annoying. Yeah, Wilkie, we don't need a narrator. Apart from me, who narrates everything. With awkward pauses in places. I almost dropped the water there all over my keyboard, which would have been awkward because then I'd have been caught between live streaming and having a wet pair of trousers. And then I'd have that awkward decision, like, do I carry on streaming with the wet pair of trousers even though they don't know? Or do I announce that I have a wet pair of trousers and then go off? Or do I announce that I have a wet pair of trousers and stay? It's complicated, and everything has an upside or a downside, or a wet side, quite frankly. Right, here we go. So what do we got? We have got these billboards stuck in there right next to the Krusty Lou studio. Looks great. And, attention to detail, the billboards are outside the wall. The Krusty Lou Studios is inside the wall. Did I say inside twice? Outside the wall, inside the wall. Really makes it look like this place is being advertised on the outside, just like you would in real city. You drive past an entertainment thing, there's a big sign on the outside saying, "Come hither." And that's exactly what these signs are doing here. Of course, we've got a very distinctive wall. And so, I don't know about you, but I often find the orange wall a bit garish. You know, I put it around something, I kind of go, it's a bit kind of like in your face. It's like someone's got a big, bright orange brick and gone, look at it. But I actually think for the movie studios and the media section, it is perfection, because it just looks like a gaudy, loud theme park wall. And here it is. So it looks great. It looks great. The bits of wall there, nice. Quite a lot of people these days use try to add gates, and you can do that really nicely using the iron railings, like Johnny has done here. We've got the Krusty Land bus next to Krusty Land Studios. Makes sense. Put it together. Let's get together. Of course, a cigarette machine. Think about it. Krusty, cigarettes out the back. I like what you did there. We've got Krusty's limo. Of course, it isn't. It's Mr. Burns' limo, but put it like to Krusty Land, and it becomes his limo as well. Or maybe even that actor. Not Troy McClure. You might remember me from such live streams as, etc. But it's the McBain. Speaking of people that are Arnold Schwarzenegger, but not really, apparently Arnold Schwarzenegger's new movie, Sabotage, is based on an Agatha Christie novel. How cool is that? How, crazy is that? It's like, oh, an Arnold Schwarzenegger, Agatha Christie, two names that you wouldn't necessarily put next to each other, except in the dictionary, ironically. There we go. Right, okay, and then we've got Channel 6 Studios. Again, we've got the satellite dishes next to it. We've got all the vans. Obviously, some of these are premium bits and bobs, so you need to kind of think about how much you want to put your hand in your pocket for these. But we've got a really, really nice... Sorry, I've just caught sight of Whovians. Addy, you know what's annoying? That you just announced that you almost had wet trousers. Why is that annoying? Because they're almost wet, or because I announced that they were almost wet? But you have enjoyed it more if they were wet. And if so... weird. That is weird. Okay. I love this design. It's a design, like I said, it's a design you'll see a lot if you're looking to know what's going on with Channel 6 these days. This is your kind of your design. This is a particularly good one because it has those little kind of flourishes in there. The balloon outside, if you did that thing that I did, was it over New Year or Christmas where you kind of buy when you buy. You bought all the balloons, the Krusty balloons and that clown balloon and that dog balloon, and you buy them all and go, great, I've got balloons. Where shall I put them? Oh crap! This is actually one of those places where it will actually go really, really well. So stick a couple of outside. You could even make a little kind of parade. In here if you wanted to. You can actually go proper like Disneyland style. I know you've got the Krusty Land stuff to go all Disneyland, but if you want to go Krusty Land outside your Krusty Land to promote your Krusty Land, perhaps link everything up a bit like social media for your Krusty Land. Then you could put a little kind of balloon parade walking through and people going yeah, type stuff. It's a magical place and all that kind of stuff. Great design. Right, it's time to show off one of your cities. Because every week on this live stream, we show off one of your guys' cities. We hold a raffle, we get someone in, and the winner of the raffle gets their city shown off. And last week it was The Epic Man Lives. Now, sadly, The Epic Man Lives can't be with us this evening, so he may well be watching it on YouTube. So, although I do have to say, if I'm showing your city, then where the hell are you? What could possibly be more important than this? It's a live stream on Twitch about a mobile game. I mean, where are you? Exactly. It's just another awkward situation. However, he won the raffle fair and square. I'm sure he will catch it up on YouTube. So I will honour the winning raffle, and we will go and visit him. Now, his name in the stream was The Epic Man Lives 12, but he decided to gently summarise that in his origin name by calling himself Bihib529. I'll say that one more time, Bihib529. I'm not quite sure which ethnicity that is, but I do think his allergy to vowels it has improved in recent times, but does still, need some work. Right, now this is his city. Now, if you win the raffle today, you'll get the opportunity to have me and you come round and check out your city. Find things we like, find things we don't like. Talk about what's generally going on. For example, what's generally going on right here. You get the opportunity for us to come into your city, maybe 120 people or so to come into your city and check out exactly what you've done in all areas of your city, and maybe kind of, pass comment on the things that you've kind of put together and the things that we can see, and the, the decorations, the little intricacies that you've put together in your city. And so we can see the time and the care that you've spent putting your city together, and so that we can together celebrate your accomplishments in terms of what exactly you have done. If the stream keeps freezing for you, I'm sorry, but it's not my upload, because I'm getting a consistent speed here. So I suggest you refresh the page, or maybe catch the show later on the tube if it gets particularly bad. But we will miss you if you go, so please don't. Let's have a look around the rest of the city, shall we? Okay, so oh, this is a nice school. I like this. Most people, when they do the school, put the school at the front and put all of the play area and stuff around the edge. It's actually quite unusual and refreshing to see the school done, the kind of the grounds of the school down the side. And I like the way he's kind of divided up the kind of the more refined side from the kind of play area type side. Works actually really nicely. And the orange wall, which we were talking about earlier, goes well with the school. Which is pretty cool. So I like that. I think that's a really nice design. The archway might be pushing the cheese just a little bit of kind of, now it's time for school, type stuff. However, I like the design. It's pretty cool. Got a little residential area here. Of course, you do need to kind of fill out your gardens a bit. We'll get some decorations in there to make them feel a bit more kind of varied. And we come down here, we can see Channel 6 Studios. Hopefully after tonight's stream, The Epic Man, you will be able to develop that a little bit further. I like your Mo's. I like the use of the slider thing outside it. It's like Mo trying to get some extra kind of bucks, and a good variety of decorations. I think it's quite clear to see that actually, just how much difference a few little decorations make. I mean, just looking at that Mo's and the Gentleman's Businessman's Club, there's just a few decorations around the sides of each one, and then compare that with something, to be blunt, like the icing rink, where there's kind of nothing, and it's just night and day. Just taking a bit of time and attention to each building. Just a couple little decorations will make things, will make things look pretty good. Oh wow! A very interesting Nelson's house. Nelson lives in a graveyard with a giant pumpkin and a dead body, and I am squeaking. Different. Springfield Downs. Nice beginnings of a church here. Lots of kind of love, bit of romance. Time for people to get married. We've got a hint of a drive-through down here. Oh, I do like that. That's a nice central piece of a city. Bit of a park, people to walk through, fountain centerpiece. Pretty good. I like that. That is a nice decorated, symmetrical design with a few little off. I like the way you've got it's mainly symmetrical, but with a few little things like variations in trees or the phone box there looks nice. I think you've got some good ideas here, but I think overall I'd have to say your city is not yet done. I can't say anything because my city is not complete either. But you've got some serious work to do here, especially kind of around the edges on some of these buildings. I mean, if you're not going to decorate something yet, it might be worth just slinging it back in your inventory. But you've definitely got some designing talent, my friend. But you need to put it into practice. Alright, boys and girls, if you would like to pass some comments on what you thought of the Epic Man City, maybe kind of say something you liked, be good to get for him to know some of the stuff that you liked. Well, that was nice as well. Bits that you liked and bits you thought he could worked on, that would be great. Alright. It's time for Discover whose city we're going to be showing off next week, which means I'm going to open the raffle. Okay, raffles work like this. You type !raffle ticket space and then the number of tickets that you want. And after all the tickets have been sold, I will pluck one ticket, and that ticket will be the city that we show next week. The more tickets you buy, the more chance that it will be you. And you have to be following the channel. The bot which I use to do the draws will not pick you unless you have pressed follow on TheAdiposeTV, and I assume the follow button is probably down there somewhere, so go and check that out. Obviously you need to check your Addy Gold first. You can buy as many tickets as you want up to the amount of Addy Gold that you have. So if you've got 100 Addy Gold, you could buy 100 tickets, or you could buy 50 tickets, or you could buy 70 tickets, or one ticket. It's your choice. But the more tickets you buy, the more chances that it will be you. !raffle ticket space and then the number of tickets that you want. I'm going to take a quick 2-minute break, and we will be back with the results. Hello, we are back. Okay, raffle ticket sales are underway. If you've only just joined the stream, then quite frankly, where the hell were you for the first half of the show? But leaving that aside, there's a raffle going on right now if you want to be featured on next week's show. !raffle ticket space, the number of tickets you want. It's based on Addy Gold, which is the currency you gain for watching me. The more you see this face and these games in this place at any time, the more rich you will be in virtual currency, and the more virtual things will be running through your fingers. And you can go to your friends and you can say, my friends, I am virtually rich, and they will be impressed and they will hug you and then ask you to pay for the coffee. Now this is MP Warner's town, because you know me. Well, you don't know me. If you did, stop stalking my house and phoning my wife. But if you don't, if you know me from this stream, then you'll know that I always like to show you a variety of designs on the same building and kind of say, hey, look, someone has decorated this pebble in pink. with a bow on top, but this person has decorated the pebble by drawing a small Joker smile on it, and yay, this person has decorated the pebble by smashing it with a hammer. And I like to do the same with the buildings. I like to kind of say, well, this person's made this building look upper class or lower class or spectacular or kind of simple, things like that. And MP Warner has got a very different kind of alternative design, Channel 6, perhaps a slightly more traditional one, but I like it. And this is also more suitable if you're going for a kind of smaller design as well, if you're running out of kind of space in your ticket. Space in your town. That's clearly what I meant to say. Come on, brain. Work with me, not against me. Otherwise, think it through. This is a nice one. There's a few little touches here that I want to draw your attention to. We've got the balloons out the front. It's mainly a sensible design, this one. It's mainly a kind of like, car park and it's kind of not industrial, but like it's commercial type land. But we've just got that little hint of actually there's some cool shows that are kind of filmed inside here, and that's kind of thing that TV companies often kind of do, because often TV companies do have quite dull exteriors. They basically kind of look like offices or kind of factories, but with the odd little poster or the odd little kind of design outside that just gives you that kind of hint of the mystical Disney magic that goes on within. And here you go, you got the kind of the balloons here as that little kind of a hint. Now, attention to detail here. I like this. Attention to detail. You've got Channel 6 Studios here has got 2 doors. Now, if you remember a few streams ago, we looked at Springfield Mega Store, the big pink thing. Buildings with 2 doors need to have 2 ways to get in it. Okay, and you can either block it off and you can cover it, and that works fine. But if it's got 2 doors, you've got to allow people to have 2 entries in, and this design takes account of that. Notice how the pathway goes from the car park and then goes around. If you look here, it goes around the other side of the building. You've got all the stuff at the front, and then the path goes around the edge. So I do think that it's worth, on any building you're decorating, just to take a moment to sit right back and kind of just go, right, well, how would people get into this building? What does this building need? Where's the access points and things like that? And it just gives you a far more kind of thorough design. And yes, are we overthinking it? Yes, we are. But let's face it, you guys wouldn't be here on a Saturday night watching some guy prattle on about how to design a small cartoon movie studio if you didn't take this too seriously already. So let's just accept that in our little group here, our little clan of people, we take this far too seriously. And yes, we do debate whether the bush or the flowers look better, and we do discuss whether the lemon tree or the apple tree fits better next to this building. And yes, we do say, which lamppost shall I use, the one with the bow or the one without? And these are important questions in our community, and if people come round here and they say that it's stupid and it's pointless and it's a waste of time, well, they can, quite frankly, they can just go and sit in my crusty den, because I've never decorated that, so they can just go there. That's what they can do. Anyway, lovely little alternative design there from MP Warner. Hope you like it. I am going to close the raffle in about 30 seconds. So remember, you need to have bought your tickets and you need to have followed the channel. If you haven't completed those 2 things, then there's no way you're going to get featured next week. And of course, the third thing is little Lady Nook needs to smile at you like this. And then, it could be you. Obviously, she's probably smiles slightly more femininely because she is a woman. Who else am I going to show today? I've got one truly spectacular one that I do want to show you, but I'm going to hold it because I like it. I like it a lot. Let me show you someone's town that I have never shown you before. In fact, I've never shown you Johnny's actually before, so there's a new one, but I'd like to show you another one. This is Haley Hula. Is Haley Hula with us this evening? I can't scroll up, so I don't know. Yes, no. Yes, hello, Haley Hula. I'm going to show your town. I was going to show her, apologies if I'm wrong. I think it was the forest, or maybe it was last week. I can't remember. There was one week when I was going to show her, and then I ran out of time, so I didn't. So I would like to show her her version of the Channel 6 Studios right now. So we'll just head on over. and we'll check out another alternative design here. Lovely little town here. Obviously, if she wins the raffle, we can take some little look at it. But this is a nice alternative one, because often, I don't know about you, but often movie studios and TV studios tend to be a bit kind of out of town. I mean, you get the ones that are like bang in the middle of the city, the journalists and the action-packed stuff. But then you've got more of the ones that are like, well, we're filming a TV program, and actually they want to be miles away from everyone else because they can't have people kind of disturbing the filming all the time. And so what Haley Hula, which is an awesome name by the way, has put together is this more kind of out-of-town agricultural version of the building. And you know what? It still looks great. It's a very, very versatile building. And I think mainly because of the kind of the glass nature of the glass nature of the walls. I think it comes out really, really, really well. Camouflage is the wrong word, but blends kind of with the grass in a nice way, and especially with things like the satellite dish here and the kind of the trees, and here's an interesting one, a different style of fencing works really, really nicely together, and to give us a more kind of a rural look to the Channel 6 studios as well. Again, of course, you've got the things like the kind of car park, nice framing of the edges. I do think she's got a bit of room around the sides that she could put some more in, or maybe kind of thin it in slightly. Some flower patterns or something could really make this design, quite a bit spectacular. Maybe a few of those balloons in there that we talked about before. But it's a really nice, positive start, and again, an alternative version for those of you that might want to put Channel 6 studios, towards your forest or towards the Edinburgh Park or further away from the kind of the commercial side of things. All right, I am now going to close the raffle. With that loud sound, you know that the raffle is now closed, and that one of you next week will become so famous you could literally write the number of people that are watching your town down in your hand. Here we go, let's start that tombola. Okay, it's going round and around and around and around. The more tickets you have bought, the more often you will see your tickets, your name popping up on the screen there. What was I going to say? The bot just draws one ticket at random. If it pulls your name and you're following the channel, it will pop up spectacularly and you will cheer. You'll get that little fuzzy feeling inside you and go, oh my god, they like me, they really like me. If on the other hand it pulls your name and you're not following the channel, the bot will just more or less kind of do that with it. So do make sure that you have followed the channel before I draw this. It's lovely to see so many regular people. We know so many of the regulars here, wanting to get their cities kind of shown, and I think it'd be great to have, there's some of you that have been you've supported me, but you also supported each other. I'm so grateful, and I hope you guys are as well. That there's so many people each week that when I put up what we're designing, they go out of their way, spend a couple of hours making a brand new design for each week, and of course not everyone gets shown as well, so there must be a bit of disappointment. So from me personally, and on behalf of everyone that watches the stream, thank you to everyone that bothers to take the time to make a design for the show. We appreciate you. And in fact, I've got a T-shirt with your name on it. Yes. Yours. Okay, let's draw this. Next week, I will be featuring the town of... Oh, yeah! Wilkie, 1999. Congratulations, Wilkie, 1999. I will be showing your town next week. So you need to make sure during the week you send me a direct message on Twitch. That's through the streaming site itself that tells me exactly what your origin is, and you need to make sure you have room in your origin list for me, because if I try and I'm not going to kind of run around after you. Okay, if I can't add you simply and easily, then it's not going to work. So just make sure you tell me what your origin is exactly right, including spaces and numbers. Make sure you've got room, and we'll sort out the rest. And then next week's show, we're going to show you. So look, it's great to see so many of you congratulating Wilkie already. So well done. Commiserations to the rest of you, but of course, the streams will go on and on and on and on and on and on and on until we decide to move on to something else. Okay. We have about 10 minutes remaining, which means I have just a few more designs of Channel 6 that I would like to share with you, the discerning and intelligent viewer here this evening. Don't forget, after the stream, of course, head over to check out Wookie's write-up of the show. No pressure here, Wookie, but it better be good. I'm sending them to you. And let's go check out another little buddy of mine. Alright then, I'm going to go and show you Azza Sophia. Now I think I showed you Azza Sophia's town about a month ago. I can't remember when and I can't remember why, but I remember adding her. And I assume it's a girl. Because if it's a boy with the name Sophia, then well, you're probably in the mafia, and I probably wouldn't mess with you. So in that case, it's a lovely name. Whether you're a boy or a girl, it's fantastic. Makes me feel proud just to know you. And Azza Sophia messaged me earlier with a version of this, and it was one of those designs that just makes you go, oh wow, that's good. Do you remember the Do you remember that versions of Howard's Flowers that had just so many flowers in it that it just made you kind of stop and go, whoa, whoa? It's one of them. This is like the mega cheesy version of Channel 6, Channel 6 Studios, but you've just got to love it. Just feast your eyes on that. Just a bit of designing magnificence. Quite frankly, my eyes are hurting just a little bit, so I'm going to put on my very, very sexy gaming glasses. But this is, it's again, we're talking. I know we haven't done theme parks tonight, but we've seen a few designs tonight that really wouldn't feel out of place in a theme park, and this is another one. This is for the film stars and the movie stars and the journalists that believe they literally walk on water, and now they literally can, because this is the moat. This is the off-road route to Channel 6 with Krusty Lou Studios. There we go, the gaming glasses placed at the incorrect angle for maximum nerdiness. There we are. And, it's when you think about it, it's actually quite a simple idea. It's basically put it in the middle of a lake with a bridge to it. But it's done so well, you've got to love it. Let's look at some of the little flourishes here. All right. The path goes in a straight line, and then we've got three little heart-shaped kind of plants there, kind of lining the edge. Looks really, really good. The billboards are still there, of course. This time pushed to the edge of the lake bit and bob, so it's still advertising it. So anyone that drives along the road, anyone that has cars on the road, come on EA, anyone that drives along the road will see the billboard and go, hey, what's going on in there? Let me go and check it out. We've got a nice little cheesy combination of kind of lakes there where you can sit there and have a little romantic, maybe they could film something romantic there. Maybe they could do like Pride and Prejudice and have Mr. Darcy come out of all four lakes or something like that, and various heart balloons and things like that. But we've still got this is still a movie studio. This isn't going too far. We've still got the Channel 6 van. We've still got that little brown box and spike next to it that does something. But it's there. Damn it. And the movie studios, of course, have been given equally fine attention. We've got the Krusty's cannon kind of outside. Some lovely kind of trees and stuff kind of around the edge, kind of giving us that design. I mean, it's not. Again, it all depends what kind of look you want to go for. And this is. I do often. I think sometimes I over kind of state that things are versatile, and then I regret it afterwards because I think I've over kind of played it. But I think what you've seen tonight with Channel 6 Studios, you can really see just how versatile it is. You want to go theme park? Do it. You want to go kind of out in the country? Do it. You want to put it in the middle of a kind of hustling, bustling city centre? Do it. You want to put it on the middle of a lake lined with heart-shaped trees and apples? You can do that too, because that's Channel 6. It's just a really versatile building that works really nicely. Yeah, a little gondola ride in there as well. It's a good little one. Well, it's a good little one. Obviously, the Azza Sophia City, as you can see, is not yet done yet, but there's some beautiful little patches of design work here. So this is a place we shall come in the future, my friends, if she continues to design and expand what she is doing. Do you want to give that some scores before we move on? I don't think I've been very scoreful tonight. I've been more scornful, in fact. But you can, if you want to give that some scores, that would be great. I can already see a 10 out of 10 sneaking in there. Ice Rooster says, take out the heart ponds. Philistine? Where's the romance in your life, quite frankly? Where is it? Right, where shall we go for our final little stop of the night? Choices, spoilers, etc. Let's go. Let's go to Court Copperstown. Because I think Court Copper had a slightly more industrial version, which I think is different to what we've seen already. Apologies if this isn't quite difficult now, different as I'm expecting, because I didn't take enough notes on a few of these to remember what exactly is there. And my notes say that I haven't actually written down where it is. Brilliant. I've written the word industrial instead of the decorations. So let's go hunting for it. Got a feeling it was on the right though. No. It's not there. It's not there either. Here it is! There we go. Okay, this is an alternative version of the slightly more agricultural version, but I do think this is more industrial as well. I mean, the only thing that makes this look less industrial is actually that small patch of green out the back. And by industrial, I don't mean factory-based, but I guess I mean kind of more built-up, sea of concrete, very, very busy, active inner city type thing. That's what I'm kind of meaning by that word industrial. And I think this design brings you that. We've got multiple Channel 6 vans. And it's interesting, actually, the more vans you put there, and I know they're donuts, but the more you put in there gives... the more vans you put in there, the more busy the studio looks. The more busy the studio looks, the more kind of important and action-centered it is. I mean, I think the only thing that would kind of finish off this design is probably having that helicopter flying over the top, you know. So it works really kind of the vans. I think vans and stuff aren't often important, and sometimes they can be a bit surplus to requirements and stuff. But I mean, obviously the police station looks great with them, and I think actually Channel 6 does look really good with them as well. And here the multiple, I think, so, and also sometimes multiples look out of place. Like some people put Burns Manor and give them like 3 of the same limo, which you could see why, but you probably don't need it. But actually here, it actually kind of works, because you would have different journalist teams kind of going different places in different parts of the city and stuff. It works really nicely. Again, we've got the... Oh, that's so cool. That's the new character with the new animation. Oh, that's adorably disturbing. And that must be all her little 9 kids going for a little walk there. Ah, having a little cry. And, admiring the TV station. But leaving that aside, we've got a few billboards at the front. We don't have many billboards in the game, so you see them cropping up a lot. We've got the Hail Ants, we've got Radioactive Man, and a nice little touch there, the hedge kind of goes round the edge. The hedge round the edge. Oh, tonight it's just like the poetry is flowing from the armpit. It's just everywhere. It's just, yeah, and so the way the hedge kind of goes round there, just it makes that frontage look a bit more grand. It gives it kind of room to breathe, and it kind of expand and shows that there's been some sort of architect or designer there trying to kind of put this together. A few trees in there to give it a bit more agricultural look, and then there's, like we said, the small garden outside the back. She does have the additional bits and bobs, and actually this is double satellite dish, and if you watch, they kind of move together, and it looks kind of cool. It does look kind of cool. I think that again is one of those decorations that, because there's a bit of an animation going on there, you could possibly justify a purchase of them to get that kind of effect. But obviously it's your Springfield, and therefore you need to decide how you want to prioritise it. But again, it's quite a distinctive little building with distinctive decorations. To be honest, I could live without that little grey box. I think that little grey box is a bit... I've actually seen those used better on other places. But it's a good design here, with lots of nice little touches, like little bits of fence and little bits of hedge, and a back entrance for the journalists and a front entrance for everyone else, and it's just a nice, big, wide, well thought out design. And yes, as some of you have spotted, this is Little Bean, or Small Bean as we call him, or Bean, and see, he likes to kind of sit behind it. In fact, he's actually taken to sitting in my computer chair, and earlier I got up literally to get myself a glass of water, and as soon as I did, I heard this kind of, and I was like, he's in my chair, and I got upstairs and he must have been like waiting underneath the piano, kind of going, wait till he moves, the chair will be mine. Anyway, boys and girls, thank you so much for coming tonight. I hope you have had some fun learning about Channel 6. I hope I have inspired you to go and have a look at your Channel 6 and maybe tinker with it a little bit. And I hope maybe I've inspired you too to think about your landing zone if you'd like to be featured here next week. There'll be threads on tapped.out.co.uk, Tapped Out Forum, probably the EA Forum will have one as well, and if anyone else wants to put something anywhere else, that's great. We got up to 130 at one point, so close to the 150. We did make 150 once. We did make 150. I'll tell you what I'll do. We haven't hit 150 for a few weeks, so I'll tell you what, next week I'll lower it. I will give away £10 if we get to 140. How about that? Okay, so you've got a week to make your landing zone designs and tell your friends about the Simpsons Tapped Out show. If they play the game, get them to come to the live stream. Tell them that it's funny. Just lie. Tell them that there's this guy that tries to be funny and he sometimes has good designs and that it's a really good use of an hour. Just lie like that and get them to come along, and you could find yourself with a gift card, which actually has a code on it for stuff as well. All right. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to take about half an hour off, and then I will be back on in about half an hour playing something else. Haven't decided what yet, I don't know, but if you would like some more adipose before you go to bed tonight, why don't you come back in about 30 minutes, and we will do something else. A bit of a late night stream because Mrs. Pose is away today, so I'm all alone. Come and join me in half an hour and we'll do something else. But if that's it for you today, thank you for coming to the Simpsons stream. Please follow the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter, follow me on Facebook. Do support the various Tapped Out communities around the place and get involved. It's been great to have you here. You have been fantastic. And you know what? So was I. I'm going to play in a few adverts again, and if you're still here at the end of those adverts, I will give you some bonus Addy Gold for staying. Much love, my friends. Take care. Goodbye.